Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Bozmos2. This is turn 20. We're playing Chaco. Let's go. Alright. Got Throne of Ice claimed by St. Elvis, God of Disease. Cool. Check that out here in a second. We've done some site searching and found magic sites in High Peaks and Northia. So we found a Smolder Stone, that's a Fire 1 site, and a Painted Cave, that is a Astral 1 site. An Astral 1 site. I believe. And then we have Northia is Enchanted Gate. I think that is also an Astral 1 site. So Astral 1, Fire 1, and then over here in Northia, Enchanted Gate. Yeah. Our Astral is actually up to +4 now. That's pretty dope. Pretty happy with that. And then we've got some battles. So we've got a battle between Marverni and Satis. New Satis. Some EA on EA action. What? We got Bob barking Mad Barker. So this is Marverni's god. Fucking tough ass shit. Crown of Eyes. Spirit Sight. What? Interesting. This guy has some regeneration. An odd amount of regeneration. Shock resistance, poison resistance. This guy's pretty thick. Okay, cool. Versus a bunch of Saticians, but they're running. So they're okay. They were just like, nope. Hard pass. Real hard pass. Got some poison slingers. Yeah. Alright. Cast Bark Skin. Protection goes up to 27 with Bark Skin. Interesting. Mist Form, Bark Skin, Mist Form. Leaf. He's coming. Oh. How thick is that poison cloud? It's only a 4. Alright. As bad. That's kind of weird that he gets like this little bar every time. Oop. Very cool dragon model though. Like the dragon models added in this mod are way cooler. Okay. Was interesting. So, and I wonder why they were on route. I guess they just realized that they were gonna get. So, we've got a battle between. Is this Ermor? This is Ermor and yes. Or is this Lemuria? Yeah, this is Lemuria, not Ermor. Sorry. Yes shall die. Number 5. The Lemire Centurion. Oh, fuck. Okay, we've got a Shadow Tribune over here. And then, we've got Movark City. Okay, so this should be good. Unholy Power, Blessing. Alright, what's the bless we got from the Yis? Oh, fuck, that's a bless. Okay, attack skill 2, cold weapons. Interesting. Cold weapons. Poison resistance, cold 5, defense 1, reinvigoration 2, magic resistance 2, undying 6, HP 2, blood surge 3, dark vision 50, combat speed 30. Whiff. Interesting. Interesting to have frost weapons, honestly. That's cool. And then we have Unholy Power. Kind of see. The Unholy Power was like blessing. Either it is not, or it is not what I was thinking it was. Oof. Yeah, these Movarks are gonna, oof, just demolish these poor boys. Oh boys. Ah, okay. So we've got penetration bonus 1, undead regeneration, and combat farcaster 50. Okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, I think Yis has Lemuria's number on this particular situation. Good to know. I mean, honestly, I don't know how I would beat Yis. Like, Glamour, I guess, like, I would just have to... They have such high defense skill, though. Like, repelling them would be so difficult. I would just have to hope that I get lucky with, like, either repel checks or vine shield checks, basically. But I think they went out, to be told. All right, that was an interesting fight. And then we have Vangar. So we attack, storm the castle, and we are up against not really anything. He moved out pretty much everything. My assumption is when he went to attack to push Phasia off of his capital, that's when he attacked with everything. He took all of his Astropelagists there. Or it's very possible that he went with some of them, and then as he saw me amass this turn, not this turn, the previous turn, and moved to attack Vangar, he probably, the turn I attacked Vangar, he probably moved out of Vangar into his capital. So, that's good because we don't have to fight a whole bunch of Astropelagists. That's also bad, though, because it means that all of his units are in one location in his capital. Oof. No bueno. No bueno. This is nothing, though. Like, we're up against some boys spearmen. It's not gonna matter at all. Easy peasy. Let's come in here and kill everything. Okay, so we win. And we swiftly raise a temple. Unexpected event in Northia. We gained 234 gold. Nice. Unexpected event in Good Old Woods. Charismatic Preacher has arrived, carrying the word of a rival pretender, and has changed our dominion. Meh, whatever. Scout 17 got found out and discovered in Newland, which is unfortunate, by a very small amount of PD, by the way. That's unfortunate. We've completed construction of a fortified village in High Peaks in Ablak and a wooden fort in Northia. Cool. What are we doing this turn? This is a mostly neutral turn, right? We are attacking into Jereb with Kikmong 3 and a very tiny assortment of Adalatal warriors and barbarians. If he has any real amount of PD, it's gonna get rebuffed. If he attacks, that'll get rebuffed, etc. But I'm just trying to, you know, poke and prod. We're gonna hole up in Vangar. If he wants to come at us in Vangar, then he is more than welcome to. We're not gonna put a lot of PD out here right now because we're not planning on patrolling. If we were planning on patrolling, then we would consider it. But what we are planning on doing is, you can see we've got Yonah here, our Great Bear. He's going to immediately start site searching so that we can knock out fire, earth, and nature here. Wuya 3 is also going to site search for the off chance that we find a water 1, as well as priest 3s. Then we're going to be preaching with Wuya 1 and 3. These are both priest 3s. And we're going to build a temple with Mong 2. So, our hope... I'm also building a temple up here in High Peaks. High Peaks just got finished this turn, so we're going to actually build a temple in High Peaks. And the hope there is to really, like, push our dominion. Potentially dom killing Bogarus if we have to, right? I don't know that that's gonna be necessary or gonna be possible without like a heretic, right? I think Dom killing someone that isn't like a Mictlin without heretic preachers is, I think, difficult, like really difficult. But in theory, right, H3s can help. H3s can help a lot. So hopefully, I don't want to fight Bogarus. I don't want to fight everything that Bogarus has. So we're gonna see if this helps at all. Do a little bit of preaching. If we can, maybe we move over to Jereb. We bring in some forces to Jereb or something like that. And we'll see how it goes. So there's that. We're moving Kikmong 2 into Vongar, moving Povosqua 1 around to site search. Again, a lot of these movements are just site searching movements or moving scouts, right? And we're getting to the point to where turn 20, we've got so many of those going on that I'm probably not going to cover every single one of them. So there is that. Of note, we are pinging with this Scout 20. We're gonna ping on remark, right? Because there's a lot of people here, but it doesn't say anything dangerous, right? Unlike, where was it? Was it this one? Oh, I guess it was this one, right? Like, unlike Pack Woods, where we can see there's an Apkalu and there's an Anunnaki of the Morning Star, right? Those are dangerous individuals, whereas the rest of them are not really as dangerous. So the Spirit Hawks are dangerous to us. But right now in Unremark, we don't really see anything super dangerous. So if we can get something like our God to enchantment 2, right? So we can get personal regeneration, maybe up to alteration, since alteration like 4 is where we get temper flesh, right? Obviously that's probably a long ways away because of our very shitty research right now. Again, our research is actually drastically less, it could be drastically less shitty than it is right now, but most of our people are not researching. Most of our people are moving around. Most of our people are moving around and site searching. So as soon as I kind of stop doing that, then speaking of which, we're gonna bless you. Yeah, that guy's supposed to be searching. So we got another air random up here, so that's good. We now have 3 air randoms. We're going to be searching all over the place for air. Air is, unfortunately, the only thing that we haven't really found yet. We did actually get in Vongar. We see there's 2 special sites here. There's an Eagle Tribe Warrior, a Tomahawk Warrior. So the Eagle Tribe Warrior is kind of insignificant, except it is a pillager. The Tomahawk Warrior is actually pretty cool. We might make some of these. They're double axes and throwing axes. Now, they're less defensive, right? They don't have a shield compared to our elite Chacoan warriors, right? So they have less defense skill, but they have slightly higher protection because they have this bone cuirass, and they hit really hard, right? It's very low attack skill, but they hit really hard with 2 axes. They're kind of sketchy, scary, right? So they're interesting. We might have some of them, like little squads of those in our armies. We'll see. And we also have the Eagle Tribe Chief, which again is just kind of like a pillager. And this, the Eagle Tribe Shaman, right? Okay, so we've got these, we have recruitable straight up air 1s that are sacred. Wow, what? That's kind of strange. So sacred doesn't really do a whole lot, like, we don't have a great bless for a sacred mage, per se, right? Unfortunately. But you got to keep in mind, this is a big game, lots of thrones, and lots of thrones could give us additional bless effects, right? Actually, if we take a look, there was a throne of ice that got achieved, and it's blessed troops get +5 cold resistance, right? So with that type of stuff being available, we need to keep an eye on these Eagle Tribe Shamans because while I'm less worried about them now because we've got a couple of air randoms, they could still be useful later on if we get some good bless effects from thrones, because they're sacred, right? And if we get lucky with some randoms, you know, we could get a 20% random on the heir and have an heir 2, right? Heir 2 could be interesting route to getting to some other opportunities. Probably not anywhere in near future, but you know, we'll see how it goes. So that was cool. I thought that was interesting. And then we also have the elusive sites, which is a great magic site, or elusive lights. Great magic site, +1 fire, +1 air. That's great, but it also increases magic and increases luck. So potentially Vanguard could be one of our best research locations well into the game, just because it's probably going to have slightly better magic scales than other sites for us. Okay, we are almost, we're about to be done with another Wuya. More Katsinas. We have 9 Katsinas. This is going to put us at 12 Katsinas. These will probably be going to the Vanguard front, to the Bogarusian front, right? Because I am unconfident in our ability to best Bogarus with just what we have here. So that is unfortunate. And we're actually beginning to hit a little bit of an upkeep threshold issue, right? So previously on turns, we were just spamming out forts because we had so much extra money. Now we're getting to the point to where we can't, every turn, we can't just spam forts and full recruits and do buildings, etc. So we're having to be an, oh, woe is me, right? We have, this turn 20, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 forts that we've built. We have an 8th fort that we have taken, not counting our capital, so we're at 9 forts. I probably should not be complaining about 9 forts. They're shit forts, but I shouldn't be complaining about them. But that being said, right, like, we want to put a temple, not a temple, we want to put a lab in Ablok, right? We want to put a lab in High Peaks. We'll want to put a lab in Vongar. We'll want to put a lab and temple in Hesperia. We've got a fort going down in Assad. In 2 months, we're going to want a lab and a temple there so we can start recruiting Jade Maidens and maybe some Jade Sorceresses, right? So we're at that point where our money is becoming a little bit more of a concern. And we're going to want to make sure that we can be full recruiting in locations that we need. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Expansion is going to be an important thing for us. So we need to wrap up what's going on in Bogarus sooner rather than later, and then we need to keep eyes on what's going on elsewhere in the world, right? I've talked about this at length already, that we've been discussing things with Atlantis, potentially to target Ind. I still need to reach out to Foray Phlegra and see what's going on there. But here is another thing. Apparently, King Gobia is in Pustinia. I don't know if they're actually down here, though, if they're in on Archaea, or if they're in this area. If they're in this area, like, naturally, then they kind of got squeezed. My assumption is they've just jumped up to the island, to the floating city from down in Archaea. So we're going to go investigate that. We did find Foray Phlegra last time. Did we find anything else? Oh, yeah. We found actual Old Mictlan. So this is Old Mictlan right here. Very, very interesting. So that's all the new stuff, I think. Oh, we also found New Satis, their cap. Didn't we find that last turn? I think we found that last turn. Oh, Marverni is driving hard into New Satis. That's interesting. So everyone's got their little wars going on all over the place. From a structural standpoint, the things that make the most sense for me to try to consider expanding is end to end, like using MA Atlantis kind of like comes on land and targets this stuff right here. I take a bunch of like border provinces, etc. That makes sense because that consolidates my location. Going up into man, I think, is a little noodly, a little spaghetti string, but still good, I think, because it could get me perched up here. Going into Finiscandia is probably a little, again, noodly. And then, honestly, Phasia, right? Like, Ind and Phasia are probably my best two targets for continuity. But I've had a good relationship with Phasia so far, and I tend to value those things, probably more than I should, honestly. I tend to be very much like, no, Phasia, this person has spoken to me in diplomacy, and we've traded and had good communication. Then I am way less likely to attack them, even if it is advantageous for me. And I'm not sure that it is necessarily advantageous for me. I just think, from what I've seen comparatively, especially with the losses that I've had with Bogarus, but the losses that they've had with Bogarus, it could be a potential, and it just makes sense as a land border. But I'm more inclined to go towards End or Old Man than I am to Phasia right now. Is what it is. Anyways, I think that's mostly it for the turn. There's not really anything else special that's happening. Yeah, we're just we're pinging around, site searching around. Oh, we are attacking into Temiglia as well this turn. So we've got this force here in Dardania. Hopefully this is going to be enough. It might get routed. There are heavy infantries here, but I'm hoping that we're big enough. This is gonna be an example, right, of why I went the build that I went, and I went that build because the units outside of the Katsina boys, right, the units for Chaco are abysmal. They're dirt, right, and I'm crossing my fingers that we're actually going to be able to do something in Temiglia. But I don't know that that's going to be the case, truth be told. Hopefully we will be successful, but we might not. Because it's the forces for Chaco are really bad. They're really bad. Alright, anyways, that's going to be the end of the turn. Thanks for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.